Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, kinda.
Are you ready, YouTube? They
They're
say
nervous.
kinda. Oh boy, he's
right.
thinking it through.
All right.
He's trying to find out the psychology of what comes after rock on your
Okay.
second game.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. I really need to fall this tree. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Oh boy! Now how are we gonna switch it up? Okay. Okay. Oh,
You know what's next.
he's good at this
You
too.
know
I
what's
usually
next.
whoop everybody, but when I get against him, I'm like, oh man.
All right. All right. Ready?
Okay.
Wait. I'm not ready. Let's see here. What's up, YouTube? We're working for this cool old guy.
There's nothing you can't do if you want to.
He has a lot of structures around here that he built himself from salvaged wood. Clearly, he's not superstitious. And a bunch of little trees to cut, little white oaks.
Everything adds up.
I don't know what kind of video it'll be, but it'll be from us to you.
If you ever save a jar of change, it's probably about $10. Next thing you know, it's $75 in that jar.
Fall some little trees. Might do some climbing. Some pulling things down. Nothing huge here. Today I'm going to use the CS355T
No retirement home for me. I'd rather just die out in the woods somewhere.
Panther 14-inch bar. Panther chain.
The world just tears you down, man. Grabs you and thrashes you around. I got one foot in this world. Excellent. Yeah, I could have done that.
All right, that was the tester.
This is the setup that Norbert has. It's heavy. That's probably a 20 ouncer. Pretty heavy, old school stuff.
Good at what you do.
Don't you think that's a little close, August? You got tips right here.
No, I just,
Or was that just perfect? I guess that was
more to the left, but the saw died and I had to...
yeah.
Yeah, we had like an inch to spare at least.
Hey, because when Dell and there was a tree there and it was forked like this. Well, we made a mistake. I was pulling on it and it somehow hung up a little bit and went whoop right over the top of the roof, hit the edge, didn't do any damage. But yeah, you got to really know what you're doing.
At least it was exciting, right?
Yeah, it gives me a nervous stomach.
This is a cool one that we're about to do that's probably worth mentioning for somebody who wants to endeavor to pull leaners if they're, not too huge, or if they are. But see, we got this significant lean here over the building, and what we're going to do is we're going to run this. We got a rope right there. We're going to run it really tight back here and we'll show you that process. And then we may end up pulling sideways on the rope, which compounds pulling power quite a bit.
Constantly learning.
I want to make sure I had enough pull space. So here's one to learn.
Okay, let's see. Okay, oh wow, oh that's.
All right, Jeff.
So now it's a 3-to-1 mechanical advantage to.
You know what I learned? I had to raise a beam on an outbuilding I put up. I got these blocks, these wooden blocks from my dad.
Okay.
I couldn't believe what I could lift with that.
Yeah, and when you tie it off down here, sucking these two together makes it even that much more tighter than
It's like that last
the
bit
initial.
of.
Yeah. So I didn't show it from the side, but we've pulled it this way quite a bit with no cuts made yet. So then if they pull sideways on the rope, it'll be quite a bit more power. We'll probably have to do that.
Yeah, there's less.
I think we can do it.
Okay. Alright.
Oh, we got our inches again. Classic compensation pulling. Yeah, it'll swing.
I wonder if I should.
Perfect.
Good enough.
Small trees, but the principle's here. Okay. This little guy here. Going out over the barn. And the compensation pole is going to be
Yeah, probably like right
out
there.
this way so that Damien can split the difference and land here just short of that barn and between the two. Here's what we're talking about on the high stump. So if he had cut it ground level, then it would have crashed the eaves. So it's amazing. If you know how long they're going to stretch out, you just adjust the stump height to get it to fit. And this next one for sure will have to have it's a little bit taller. It'll have to have a higher stump in order to drop in here. Right now, looking at it on the video, it looks like a mile away, but no, it'll reach. It'll reach all the way to here without a high stump, and it'll be close with a high stump. So here's where this one topped out. See, I was up on the stump in order to get that. So big deal, right? They're just twigs, but the principle is that high stump saved the slap. And the slap, when you have a slap on an eave or something, people's eyebrows go like that when they're watching, just like that. You don't want the eyebrow raising. So because of those eyebrow raisings I was talking about, like we can jam this one in there, but that canopy will slap both sides of these gutters. And if the guy wanted to slap his gutters, he probably wouldn't have called us. So believe it or not, we have to climb this tiny little thing. I mean, you have to. Or me. All right.
I'll do it.
No, I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Jeff will do
Gotta
it.
do something today. So.
I'd rather climb the thing than fall the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Why are we making a video about this job? Why? Because it's fun. It's fun. We're just having fun. That's what we've started to do a few years back, is just turned it into a fun. And then they pay you too, so that works. Eyebrows! Jeff just made a cool shot, but I didn't film it. He dropped that little stem right between these two. Little keeper. I want to show you guys a little rope trick, homeowner types or people who don't know. You can throw the rope and get a little bit of weight on the end of the rope. Go like this a few times. See, till you have that. Then take this end, standing end it's called, and wrap up the coils like this. Now you can just tie this off right here. By putting it through here, see, and then going around the whole coil like that. Then you can throw the rope and use this as a weighted thing so that it comes back down. Or what we might be able to do this time, because it's not a very long throw, is we might be able to throw it like this, and then it'll magically uncoil its way back to us after it goes over.
Oh yeah.
Well, it would have worked if it wasn't for that little twig. Oh, what's cool is when you get it back, you know, you don't have to untie it, I guess. It's just something that you could do if you wanted to change your day. I don't know. Something like that, just shave a second or two off the day, but it also makes you feel kind of good, you know. So here's a little knot we use to get a mechanical advantage. It's not an Alpine butterfly, that would be just as good or better, but I always use this one that I did commercial fishing. I go like this, and then on the other side, and then one through the middle, like that, and then I grab the far one and pull it through the first one. You see that little bowl in action? It's a bowl in principle. It's on that principle, I'm sure. So then that loop allows us to go through. And then we can tighten it up really tight, and then if we have to, we can pull sideways on the rope. On stuff like this, you don't want to do this if you need some more, you know, herkin power than this. But this will work on a lot of stuff. You'd be surprised, even out in the woods on a big thing. You can use these principles. Check our fence post survival rate. 100%. Out in YouTube land, there's a new climber who wants to know, how in the world do you trust that little noodly thing up there? What do you have to tell him?
You hang an engine block off of that thing.
He says you can hang an engine block off that thing. Right now he's talking about how he has a secondary tie-in too. But yeah, over time you just kind of get a feel for different kind of wood, different kind of strength. YouTube, I'm supposed to find trees with red dots, but I'm better with blue because I have a red-green color blindness thing. So, do you see red? Do you see any red dots on this? Maybe not. I don't know. See any red on that, Jeff?
Dude, I'm colorblind too.
Oh man.
I can
Damien!
See, I can see those ones. Can you see those?
Get down here.
I can see that.
Tell me when you can see it, YouTube. Okay, I don't see red, but I see a darker shade, like it's disturbed right here. And I have no idea if the others are painted. I can't see anything odd about them. You found some?
Yeah, on this one.
I was right there. I looked as hard as I could.
And now I remember him talking about it was just that one side.
It's invisible. I don't see it. It's completely invisible. But, yeah, you don't want this tree. I bet you that's some punky, junky, crappy wood inside.
I bet the other side too.
I mean, look. I think if we put a rope in it and we pull it back this way to kind of fight what it wants to do, which is fall on the wire, then we can split the difference and go out here in the road with it past that canopy. I'll bet you. It's a little nerve-wracking because the wood might not be good, but you know, your rope, your guy rope is basically making up for that if you have it tight enough. So we just used our mechanical advantage trick there to get this real tight, just with me and Jeff, manpower. And you can tell I don't know if you can tell, but we've stood it up some. Now, as we drop it in there, through there, Jeff should be able to kind of follow through by pulling sideways on the rope out this direction. And the reason I want him to go this direction when he pulls sideways on the rope is because we're pulling straight back so much that it may be tippy this way. So we'll want to get some momentum that way too. Does this make sense? right now I'm where I've cut all the holding wood I can. I need that wood, so don't just keep cutting if you need it for control. So everything I was saying about what we were going to do was what we needed to do. So, because the tree was back like this, okay, it was back like that, and we pulled it this way, which made it a little bit tippy for which way it would go, left or right. But I've got a bunch of wood here and not very much here. That's holding wood for this direction to offset all of the weight and the reaction that wood that it's developed over the years to compensate for weight. So there's our shot right there. It's kind of cool if you can do stuff like this, because if you know you can do it, then you save energy climbing and stuff.
Can you tell you don't think it would come in contact with that?
Well, I would be pulling on that. I'd force it this way.
Yeah.
Hub is a really cool, like, beginner lesson type place to walk around. But this tree behind me, we were just talking about it. It goes out over the building. It'll be close to that corner when it comes by. Gotta be careful even not to cut the rope on the corner. But it's base tied over there. Woo. Tied hard that way, and then we'll pull the rope this way. Yeah. I actually think I'm gonna come straight out this way rather than go between.
Yeah.
So we just gotta not hit the plum tree.
Was it caught in that? And it
Yeah,
loose
so
in there? Okay.
yeah, so it was twig tied up there, and so it came suddenly, and that was exciting.
For a second, I thought Jeff just got like in this random mood and just put the work to
No.
that thing. I'm like, dude.
No, but that's our hole. That's where we wanted it, beside this tree. Hey, I'm Longest Hunnicky.
It'll fit.
It's gonna be a little tight.
It's gonna
Might have to cut some wood at the blast to clear the other rope. Perfect.
Jeff's heart was beating so hard. I saw him standing here like this.
His eyebrows were going up and down.
Really fast. That should work.
Yeah. Damien's making fun of my age. He gave me a little
Step.
ladder because I need to cut this pretty high. Thank you so much. A lot of weight over this building. Okay. Very small drop zone. Trees in the way that these trees could give it a push that way. It has to somehow squeeze through without getting shoved too hard that way. See, the canopies are close together over there. Anyway, hey, it's gonna be okay, right? It's gonna be awesome, Damien says. Just something I want to say real quick. That limb up there is a Joe poker. It's gonna press hard. And the reason I want a nice high stump here is to shorten the distance between that big Joe poking limb and that stuff, so that we can find a nice little hole for that limb somewhere out there, rather than mashing against those trees and shoving it this way toward the building. So that's another reason for the high stump. It'd be really cool to go cut that limb off and then, you know, it'd fit better. But with the high stump here, there'll be just enough room. Step, step, step. Thank you, Damien.
You're welcome, August.
How would you describe that spot?
I would describe that as perfect.
Cool. So shortening up the stump made a home for that limb that kept it from shoving the tree in a bad way off the other trees. And of course, high stumping it gives us just enough clearance on the fence too.
Okay, so me and you rock, paper, scissors, and then the winner of us plays against. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Woo, but then, if I went opposite, he knows that if I decided, maybe he knows that I know he knows that I went rock, so now he's thinking I'll go paper.
Yeah, you're not gonna do rock again.
So he's thinking, well, but he's thinking yeah, he's got some ideas right now. Yeah.
Do you?
Actually, you're just giving them ideas.
I don't know. I kind of go with my instinct on these.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, kind of.
Are you ready, YouTube? They say kinda. They're nervous. Oh boy, he's thinking it through.
All right.
He's trying to find out the psychology of what comes after rock on your second game.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see, I really need to fall this tree. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Oh boy! Now how are we gonna switch it up? Okay. Okay. Oh,
You know what's next.
he's good at this
You
too.
know
I
what's
usually
next.
whoop everybody, but when I get against him, I'm like, oh man.
All right. All right. Ready?
Okay.
Wait, I'm not ready. Let's see here.
He acts like there's a strategy to it.
Let's see.
I know what I would do.
You kind of have to feel it a little bit.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
You thought he was gonna do paper, huh? Because you both did scissors, you both did rock. Figured he'd do paper. the third time.
No, I kind of just tried to use clairvoyance rather than.
That's what I tried too.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just gonna try and like channel it into something solid. I don't even know what it's gonna be until literally don't even think I knew it was till it just landed.
Me too. Me too.
That's about as far left as you can go
Yeah,
and not break that thing off, I guess.
it got a little bendy out there.
It did get a little bendy.
Let's go check out the fence. Whoops.
That was perfect.
Yeah, it's good. It's real good. YouTube, we have a ton of these, but I guess we'll show you another one. Getting close to the end of it, but a lot of little trees we're cutting here. So this one, we've pulled some bow out of it, but it was pretty hard over this. So no big deal. We got our mechanical advantage thing that we showed you. We pull that tight. And then Damien will probably end up pulling down on the rope in order to squeeze it in here. Yeah, there was a lot of limbs pushing on it. Somebody might be thinking, well, you just didn't cut enough holding wood. Well, I think it was perfect. Cripple and pull. So YouTube, about these suspenders, they're the best for any climbing harness that anyone has. They're the best. And we sell them for anything. We sell them specifically to fit the Tree Motion harness and our own, of course. But they can be modified to fit any harness if you buy them. We have loads of them in stock if you want to buy them. Can't get a better suspender. At first I didn't like having weight on my shoulders, but it makes a lot more sense to carry the weight of your gear, not just on your waist. So I've hammered my back over the years, and now I think I'm working a little bit smarter because of these and because of the harness. Yeah, I wish I could have got a really good harness years ago. I probably would have done less damage, but that sounds complainy, so I'm gonna go cut a tree.
I must say, ladies and gentlemen, August removal is going to be interesting. Things are going to have to come down fairly small. The tie-in is interesting. Nice. He's probably just going to consider that his tie-in. You keep leaving the handle. Ooh. Braveheart. well worth the effort. See what August does to get these views? This is ridiculous. He wants to get a shot of grabbing on and piecing out that little branch, so he climbs all the way up to past this tie-in to clamp it onto that little broken hanger. That was an overachiever throw. Did not need to go that far. Yeah, you're witnessing it right here, you two. You are witnessing it.
Yeah, I was getting so much crap on this roof, you know, and I just...
Here's what they look like, hand tossed, all the same direction.
Yeah, I got everything bucked up back there except for the oak one. I got to cut that off, but everything else is bucked up in the stove link.
So you kind of go through, buck up everything first, and then come back and pile it. And
Yeah, I'm just stacking it down here.
He's got a 192
oh, it's a
rear handle.
This one, I bought two of them. I bought one for me and one for my wife. And
Awesome.
she had never run a chainsaw, and she's no longer afraid of a chainsaw.
That's good.
That's
Cool.
what it is, the fear of the thing.
Yeah.
You've got to, any power equipment. I mean, I do some stuff that I probably shouldn't do, but I'm thinking all the time.
You are in control.
Oh yeah, I mean,
It's
I
not
see
gonna
you
do
guys up
anything
there.
you don't-
That's got, you know, one slip and you've. But
Yeah,
anyway,
it's not going to do anything we don't make it do.
yeah.
It's not going to start on its own, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I've learned that one.
It's not going to sharpen itself. Yeah, there's no damages anywhere.
No, you guys, I'll tell you, I'm really impressed with you. You really do a super job.
Thanks.
And anybody that needs something done that I run across is not very often, I will let them know that you guys are good. You don't even need a darn bucket truck.
You got any final words of advice for my camera?
Well, just trust in the Lord. It's hard. It's hard to do. But you got to put your trust in the Lord.
Just got home and kids took off my boots and all day today while I was working I kept feeling like this something I was stepping on inside my boot. I'm like, it's probably a toy, maybe it's a twig, piece of bark or something all day long. So interesting. It was this. And isn't that fitting? That while I was slaying all those trees, I was like stepping on a little tree the whole day. This was a gift for my 53rd birthday by my daughter Liberty.